So this is Lindsay with Readings by Lindsay, and I'm here to do the January 2019 forecast for all fire signs. You are a fire signs if you are a Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius. For those who don't know me, when I do these readings, I do a mix of tarot. I'll do tarot for the month. I meditate. I do a short meditation for each of the 4 elements, and get some information from my guides, if you will, there. So I do write some stuff down in an intuitive journal. I also go off of some of the basic astrological events and things that we are having, and I kind of put it all together into a psychic forecast for you. If you would like a private reading, I do readings much like this that are video readings, and I do them very inexpensively. It's $10 a question, or if you would like a general reading, it's $30. Or if you would like to do some of my specialty readings, I do those for less than what it would cost for a live reading, so I do packages with those as well. All of my information will be down below. You can find out more about me, and go to the services link on my Facebook page to see a whole list of prices and the types of specialty readings and readings that I do. Or you can just email me at affordablepsychic@yahoo.com, and we can go from there. Like I said, my YouTube channel is new, so if you would subscribe and like this video and subscribe to my channel, that would be great. Also, if you'd like my Facebook page, that's awesome too. So bear with me because I'm new at doing these monthly videos. This is month 4 that I've had this going. So just bear with me. So, Happy New Year, everybody. Let's get right down to it. 2019 in numerology is a 3-year. 3s are all about communication and creativity. And going into January is actually going to be a lot about communication, just because it's an earth sign, and the Capricorn solar eclipse we have on the 5th is going to bring a lot of communication or even chattiness going on, which is something I'm going to get into for you fire signs, because this is going to have some effects on you. We're also having 3 planets are squaring off 3 days in a row this month. I believe around the 16th. It's mid-month. I'm not an astrologist. That's one thing I don't claim to be. I don't do palms, and I don't do astrology charts. I know enough about astrology to incorporate it into readings of other sorts, but I don't do charts. So don't quote me on, exactly. I'm not able to give you nodes and exact planets squaring off with what. I'm not that. I'm not an astrologist, so please don't expect that from me. Sorry. Just side note. But because we're having that 3-day in a row, the planets squaring off 3 days in a row in January, that's going to start a 1-year cycle of something, which is going to bring new creations for most people and big changes. But actually, for you fire signs, your changes are going to happen on smaller levels, and you're going to start out slow, almost banging your head against the brick wall. Actually, what I had written in my notes is that you guys are going to be the ones that are late for the party. A lot of this is because you're going to want to see the best in people, and with the solar eclipse, there is going to be a lot of gossip, a lot of rumors, a lot of things that aren't true, and you are going to be misled and given misinformation, and I apologize if that YouTube notification is showing up on the video. So anyway, you're going to be wanting to see the best in people, and wanting to believe the best in people. And unfortunately, that could get you into some trouble. So let me read what I wrote in my intuitive journal, as I like to call it. And so you may start the month off kind of beating your head against a wall because you think you failed at something, but it is an illusion. You didn't fail at anything. Whatever it is that you may felt you failed at, it's not a failure, it's a new start. So you're going to be wanting to fix this in any way you know how. When really, energetically, it's time to release and let go of things. Just a cleanse of people, places, things, everything. What is really what you fire signs need, but you're not going to want to do it. There's going to be a huge shift of energy around the 21st, which is going to be a full moon that's also going to have a partial lunar eclipse. This is actually going to be the time when you're not going to be able to procrastinate or basically lie to yourself anymore. I think some of these, the misinformation has been coming up a lot just because of the eclipse, the solar eclipse we have right at the beginning of the year, and the beginning of January. And so that is bringing out a lot of illusions, misinformation, things like that. So this is a reoccurring theme for everybody, but for you guys, like I said, you're going to be trying to see the best in people. So you're not going to want to believe. You may actually believe. The point I'm getting at is you may actually be the ones lying to yourself. It may not be others. You're going to not want to make the changes and let go of the people, places, and things that you need to. Come the 21st, when we have this, it's a super moon. So this could actually happen before the 21st. This could happen as early as the 17th, I would say, just because it's a super moon and super moons are closer. So I always feel that shift in energy is obvious to everybody, whether you are in practice of being in tune with energies, whether you meditate, whether you read, whatever it is, or not, whether you do yoga. People that do yoga would be in tune with it and understand that shift and that feeling. With a supermoon, it doesn't matter who you are, you feel it, it affects you because that moon is closer to Earth, so we're getting pulled on that energy more. So it could be anywhere from the mid to the end of the month. You're no longer going to be able to lie to yourself anymore, and you're going to have to start clearing out your life. So that's why I say you guys are going to be late to the party, because like I said, this is all about change. This year's going to be all about changes, and for you guys though, it's going to be smaller changes. So don't look at any of this like a failure, which is something that you guys as fire signs could tend to do. So I also have something about new projects. Many of you are going to start some new projects, especially at the end of the month. You guys are going to start many of you are going to start new projects, and these are going to be very successful projects. These could actually bring in money. So some of you may be starting new businesses, or starting new jobs, or starting some sort of investment. This is great because this is going to be successful, but there are going to be people that may want to hold you back. Again, this is going to be part of those little changes, cutting people loose, not caring what people think, things like that, because it's really, self-care is a real big thing that you guys are going to have to look at for yourselves this month. There's also a leap of faith that may have to be taken, and this may be in conjunction with that. It may be a risk. For some of you, this may be an investment. It really might be an investment. It may have to do with investments, either, I want to say it's, oh, that's my son. You guys are probably seeing that too. I'm sorry. He'll be home in 10 minutes. So if you see him walk back here, it's my son. Sorry about that. So yeah, you guys are going to, there's going to be a risk. Stocks and bonds. I feel like there could be some risk in that, but there's like something with the internet trading, or some sort of investments in technology that are going to be biggies. Those are going to be the ones that are going to be those risks that are going to make the money. I'm really saying this to everybody. So if you're somebody that's watching all these videos, all of my videos, great, because sometimes there's just little bits of information I throw in there. I don't throw in all the videos, and that's one of them. I feel like in this year is techie investments is the year, is 2019. If you're going to make an investment, it should be a techie investment. So yeah, but also while I say that, I also want to tell you, and I've been trying to mention this in all the videos, remember these are collective element videos. So if you know your sun, moon, and rising sign, and let's just say your moon and your rising sign are both earth signs, but you're watching your sun sign video, and it's water, and your moon and rising signs are both earth elements, you might actually want to watch the earth video because you're going to have more of that earth energy. And by the way, January has a major earth energy to it. January this year is very rigid, very planned out, very by the book. Like I said, huge changes, bunch of renewal and reconstruction. January also has 6 planets that are going to go direct, actually on the 6th, which is going to mean all planets are going direct until March. And this is important for you because, like I said, you guys are going to be kind of late to the party. So, like, it's time to start now, and you guys are going to it's going to take you, some of you, up to 4 months before you really get some of these real projects going. But like I said, success is going to come with it. And then at the end of the month, you could be dwelling on some pain from the beginning of the month. For some of you, I do see breakups at the beginning of the month, and it's going to be very difficult for you not to go back, especially at the end of the month, which again could be cause for this first 4-month kind of thing you guys got going on. There may be some back and forth. A lot of you guys are going to need to end toxic relationships. I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of you guys are facing the end of relationships, and it's not going to be easy. There is going to be pain there, but to ease that pain, you're going to be thinking you can try it again. You're going to be trying to control it, and again, that goes with that earth energy, that trying to control everything and make things the way that you want them to be, and unfortunately, that's just not going to work. The universe has a plan for us, and we can do whatever we want. We have our own free will, but it's the beginning of a new cycle. This year, in January, we have a 1-year cycle, and when it ends, then we go into a 20-year. So it's like, really, we should be planning right now, and I'm getting really deep into this, and I apologize because I want to keep these kind of light, but, we have a 1-year cycle that we're doing for the next year, but then we're going to go into a 20-year cycle. So really, now is the time for planning and, starting to put those plans into motion. Because we have a big change coming this year, but future plans are going to be related to this change for the next 21 years, or 20 years, 21 years. So, okay, so let's take a look at January for you guys. I'm going to start out with your tarot reading, the Fire Signs Tarot reading for January 2019. I'm also going to give you a monthly spirit message after this, and I'm using both decks are by John Holland. This is his Psychic Tarot, and I'm going to use Daily Spirit Messages, also by John Holland, to give you your spirit message. So, fire signs, what do we have for you for 2019 January? So, first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. Interesting. Some of these cards came up for some of the other signs. And then your overall energy is actually the 3 of Cups. Awesome. That's celebration. That's interesting. This is not only your monthly card, which is very feminine energy. Lots of feminine energy comes from this. Lots of sisterly energy comes from this. So keep that in mind. That might mean something to some of you. This is the overall energy. There may be some females in your life you need to cut. You may actually need to cut ties to a sister or a couple of sisters. That could be for you, but there's an overall energy, or it could be the other way around. They could be helping you. Again, we're starting this month with the 3 of Swords, which is a broken heart. It's heartache and loss. You're starting this month out not feeling so great. And your second quarter is the Ace of Cups, love begins. So you're trying to make this old thing that is hurting you and has gone wrong, you're trying to make it better and begin again. Just like I said, and this does really look like it has to do with relationships. You're trying to, there's really, it can be people, places, or things, especially in a collective reading, but you guys, it really looks like it's relationships, female relationships too. The third quarter, third week of the month, we have the shadow side, number 18, and this can also be the devil. This is unhealthy habits. This can be abuse. This can be manipulation. This can be an egotistical person. This can be addiction. This can be addiction to a person. Again, addiction to a person. Toxic relationships. You're going to have to make a choice, and this also is going to come around the time of that full moon with that partial lunar eclipse. Major time for you. That full moon is going to be a big deal for you fire signs. You're going to feel a major shift then. Again, like I said, this is to the ego. This is the ego. The shadow side is the ego. You're not going to be able to lie to yourself anymore. You're going to know that you have some choices to make, some big, major choices to make. This is your fourth week. Choose wisely. 7, it's the 7 of cups. You choose wisely. Got lots of choices. You see these 2 birds here? Yeah, there's a partnership there maybe. But are those birds flying together, or are they flying away from each other? Are they going in opposite directions? That's, this really, you've got a lot of thinking to do, and that's what I'm going to say for you fire signs, because there's a lot of back and forth, and a lot, like I've been saying, a lot of banging your head up against brick wall, and mid-month to the third week of the month, you're not going to be able to lie to yourself anymore. You're going to know you have a choice to make, and it's not going to be an easy choice, and you're going to know that. Overall, though, this also is a celebratory card. So I do believe after the full moon, you guys are going to get there, because, again, this year is a 3. It's all about communication, creative communication. Also, you just need to love yourself. Know that just because this relationship, or even the situation or partnership, failed, you aren't a failure. You've got to throw some self-love in there. Definitely, I think you're going to do that. So that is your tarot reading for January 2019, and I'm just going to pull one more card for you, which is going to be, again, Daily Spirit card from John Hone's deck, Daily Messages from Spirit. This is going to be for the month, so January, Angels, show me card, January 2019 for all fire signs. I know I'm a little sloppy with this, but I usually wait for one to pop up. It'll show itself to me. As a matter of fact, I thought I was seeing one, but I think I know where it's working its way out of it. Yep, there it is. That one wants to come up. Breathe. That is your monthly spirit message card, and I'll read it to you. The breath is the vital bridge between your body and soul. It is the connection between the inside and outside, connecting you to the universe, spirit, and the divine source. The breath permeates your entire being with prana. It's that life-giving energy force is prana, which is the same life-giving force that nourishes everything in the universe. I didn't need to stop and explain that to you, obviously. So this is this is grounding yourself. And again, taking care of yourself. This is grounding your energy, keeping yourself grounded. Your breath is what is going to connect you to spirit, and spirit is what's going to get you through some of these difficult changes you're going to have to make. So through everything, remember to love yourself and just breathe. and keep yourself well grounded and in connection and in communication with your higher self and spirit. So I thank you for watching this video. Please remember to subscribe, like, and share, and check out my Facebook page. And if you want a private reading, the information will be underneath. Have a wonderful month, and I'll see you again in February. Bye-bye.